Hey, as you can tell already from the title, I want to talk about AI. I want to talk about AI and recruitment. I'm not here necessarily to discuss the future of recruitment and whether we will or we won't be replaced by the robots and the AI things that exist. And I think anyone who has opinions on that simply has that. They're just opinions, right? Things are moving so quick, things are evolving so rapidly. Who's to say what will be happening with AI in 12 months' time? Because you look at the advances that it's made in the last 6 months, they're incredible leaps. It's very polarizing. I think there are people who feel a little threatened by AI without necessarily fully understanding AI. There are people who I have respect for in recruitment who talk very negatively about AI on LinkedIn without any experience of it, like talking negatively about using AI to interview candidates, and then asking them, have you ever spoken to an AI agent as a candidate? No. But they have an inflamed opinion about how damaging it is without any understanding. And understanding is the route to being more informed, right? So I think there is a lot going on in the AI world that polarizes opinions. And because it polarizes opinions, we end up with more conversations about the opinions than we do the AI itself. And I think we're missing a trick. It's worth investing some time to understand AI from your perspective, to form your opinion. If you are too busy following the crowd and watching the conversation about opinion against opinion, you might miss a valuable tool that could help you. You might miss the opportunity to be able to enhance your capabilities, not replace them. Because I feel that AI is something that you decide how it's going to work in your business. I feel that there will be businesses in the future who are heavily AI and heavily automated, and that will be a certain offering that clients will want to buy. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean that people won't want to buy it. And just because you don't like it and people are buying it, it doesn't make it wrong. Things have a suitability in terms of application and process. Because there will be the other end of the extreme, and there will be ultra humanized recruitment businesses who will still adopt AI. They will use AI to enhance. They might use AI to augment. But their value proposition will very much revolve around the importance of human interaction, particularly in certain environments. And that will be a different offering for a different portfolio of customers than those who go full AI, full automation. And somewhere in the middle, I think these will be the businesses who struggle. The recruitment agencies who are very transactional in their approach, the ones who go out there to win jobs, to work on jobs, to fill jobs on a spot business basis, on a contingent basis, and may struggle to see how AI is going to fit inside the confines of that, and may find it more difficult to win customers because what they are selling to their customers, they may have developed an in-house capability to do it. So I feel a maturation in recruitment is going to happen because of AI, however it is that you choose to adopt it. It's certainly going to have an impact on your value propositions and how you present yourselves to be able to win business. What I would say is quite a lot of the technology which seems to be pointed at recruitment. So when it is AI technology specifically for recruitment, it feels like it is bolted on to a piece of technology that already exists. And ultimately what it seems to be is a GPT with a user interface to try and make it not look like a GPT. But ultimately it is a prompt-driven system sat on top of an LLM. And some of them are charging big dollar for it because it looks cute. And it does do a good job, right? I think that the maturest part of the AI market right now is the LLMs. You look at ChatGPT or you look at Claude, they have evolved significantly. And if you've not used one with intent for the last 3 months, you don't really know what they're capable of doing today. And if you haven't used one with intent for the last 6 or 12 months because you wrote it off 6 or 12 months ago, you are definitely missing out the opportunity to reform an opinion. because I feel that the adoption of GPTs, LLMs, into a recruitment business, it's a non-negotiable. And it's a non-negotiable for a number of reasons. Number one, it's a no-brainer. It will definitely help you to be able to enhance how you operate as a recruiter. When you see the LLM as being the apprentice and you are the wizard, we're not relying on the LLM to teach us things that we didn't know. We are teaching the LLM how to be adept at utilizing our knowledge, our capability, our skill set, so that it can enhance how we operate by being a pseudo replicant of us. Does that make sense? Like being able to take your tonality of voice, your thinking processes, the things that you stand for, the things that you stand against, and educating the LLM to be a copy of you will definitely help you in being able to craft good quality future copy that sounds like you. At the moment, if you sit down and say, hey, write me a good job advert for this job, and you upload a job description, the output will be shit. And the output will be shit because it will use all of the open source information which is out there, which is all of the adverts on all of the job boards, 97% of which are shit, and it will create a diluted version of all of those. And you'll look at it and go, that's not good. LLMs are rubbish. No, LLMs are not rubbish. It is the 97% of recruiters who are rubbish at writing adverts that have given it the learning to then spit out more adverts that continue the process of shitty adverts. So if you want to enhance your ability to use the LLM, stop it from using the open source information and train it. Train it how to be able to write good. And if you don't know how to write good, the LLM isn't going to be as powerful, right? Because it is going to rely on the open source information which is out there. The same if I said to the LLM, hey, write me a sales email to send to this prospect. The sales email that it writes will not be very good, because the average salesperson in this world is not very good. 60% of salespeople in this world are behind target because they're not very good. So when you are asking a machine to help you to do something without giving it any instruction, it will do its best. So it will take the net sum of average and create an output for you. So if you've not invested the time to actually teach it how to write a good sales email, it will have to go and learn for itself. And unfortunately, it's going to learn from behind target Barry. It's going to learn from sloppy Susan, right? It's going to learn based upon what it can find. And a lot of the free stuff that is out there on websites about, hey, here's how you write a killer email. It may have been written in like 2015, and it may have been written by somebody who wasn't very good, which is why they're giving their stuff away for free. So you end up with sales emails that start, hi Jeremy, I hope you're well, right? And it just spits out bland. It spits out average. The LLM can write cracking sales emails if you teach it how to write a cracking sales email. And then when we look at the research that we could do to help us to be more on point with our outreach, this is where they come into their own, right? If you said, hey, tell me more about this company, it will tell you more about that company. If you don't give it enough direction to be able to help it to understand what does buyer intent look like, what are the patterns that we review, how do we decide if today is the day and what should the message be about, again, it will just go off and create a little fact file about a company. And it might spend more time telling you irrelevant things about the company than it does relevant, and you'll look at the output and say, oh, this isn't really very useful. And in fact, it's slowing me down rather than speeding me up. So the point that I'm making here, people, the use of LLMs in recruitment is a non-negotiable. And I feel it is a non-negotiable because of the power with which it can enhance what you do if you take the time to teach it to think like a good recruiter, not go and get the net average of dull. And when you teach it how to think like a good recruiter, it will save you time and enhance your results. And at the moment in recruitment agencies, like you look at recruitment agencies of 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, few of these agencies actually have created any form of AI policies in their business. Few of them have created any form of guide notes as to how we use and when we use. And because of that, their population has gone feral. And they're choosing to use it when they want, how they want. And it's causing all sorts of commercial challenges. It's causing GDPR issues because there isn't a legitimate, in our business, this is how we use this type of AI to produce this type of result. And you look at it at a desk level, it's probably the same. There are consultants who will choose to upload a candidate's profile to ChatGPT and say, hey, write me a spec. And now the GPT has got all of the personal information of that individual, and if it's not within the confines of a premium account with rules in place, it becomes part of the learning model. So it's important that as business owners we think about how we roll out AI, and it's important as consultants we think about how we use AI credibly, professionally, and we do so in a way that ethically we are operating to the right standards. So there are a number of LLMs out there that you can choose from. Much of that comes down to personal preference. And then when you think about the outputs that you could get from them, and then start to define what does good look like for that thing? How do I teach this LLM to think like a good recruiter, to act like a good recruiter, to project like a good recruiter? You need to invest some time and energy in being able to answer that yourself. In fact, even training an LLM could help enhance your own game, even if you choose not to use it, right? The moment that you start to see that the LLM is your apprentice, and I now have to train you how to write adverts, train you how to write mail shots, train you how to do sales research, train you how to write outreach, train you how to create scripts for videos that are less than 60 seconds that I'll use in direct messages on LinkedIn. You force yourself to slow down. You force yourself to think about what good looks like. And when I look at the world of recruitment from an AI perspective, there are a lot of people who've got opinions, a lot of people telling you what you should do with it. Very few people are actually lifting up the bonnet and saying, let me show you. Let me show you how you could do this. Let me show you a prompt. Let me show you how to build this. Let me show you how to refine this. Let me show you how to be able to create tonality of voice. Because everyone's got opinions, and opinions are really easy to form because you just read someone else's opinion and you regurgitate it. And I'm left scratching my head sometimes because apparently the biggest benefit of AI is it's going to reduce the amount of admin that recruiters do. I can't find someone who talks about the reduction of admin who can actually define what does this admin look like that in your opinion adds up to like 20 hours a week. What are people doing that is admin, that is so time consuming we need AI to do it for us? And show me. Like, I don't see any lists of here are the top 10 biggest drains of time from an admin perspective, and this is how we could use AI to be able to help to win that time back. And what we also don't see is the workflows that are associated with that, so that somebody could actually begin a process of adopting it. But everyone's voice seems to say AI is great for doing the admin. Admin is the biggest barrier for recruiters. Take away the admin, install the AI, everyone has more time to do something. But definitely not admin. So I'm interested to know, those of you who are staying with me in this pod, where do you spend most of your time in terms of admin? What is the most time-consuming admin that exists on your plate? And is it really admin? I think there's a lot of false perceptions as to admin in recruitment. I think a lot of the things that people see in their peripheral vision as being admin, I think it's sales avoidance. It's displacement activities. It's trying to look busy doing something else other than engaging in conversations with clients. So if AI took away the avoidance, we would just find other ways to avoid it. So why don't we start to enhance what we're doing? Let's stop thinking about AI doing the admin, because I'm not quite sure what the admin is, and any thoughts on a postcard gratefully received. Anything that you can show me is more than 6 hours of admin per week and how AI can replace it, I would gladly take you up on it, right? Typing a note on the system after a sales call, updating the CRM, that's not admin, that's part of the sales process. It has always existed. We have always had to do that. Since 1994, we've had to write notes on little record cards. We've had to put notes onto systems. It hasn't just suddenly materialized and stopped us being able to do our job. It's part of the job. And yes, it's great that I could do a call and AI could transcribe the call and then put a note onto the system. I feel I need to put my own interpretation of the call, right? Because that's just a transcript. I need to write my own notes to remind myself of the thought processes that it triggered in me, not rely on the AI to have the thought process on my behalf. So this concept of replacing the admin, it's great in theory. I'm not quite sure what it is. And if we are intending to be able to replace the admin so that we can do more sales activity, and actually my perception is that what we're doing that is deemed to be admin is actually sales avoidance, we get no closer to becoming more productive. So let's build out a productivity process as to how we use AI to enhance our ability as a recruiter. Let's centralize this thing. Let's have single points within a business where everyone has access to the same agent, to the same assistant, to the same bot that has the same purpose, that follows the same wireframe, that follows the same tone of voice that is designed for the business, rather than having 20 consultants doing 20 different things to 20 different standards using AI, and starting to find that the AI is becoming the admin, and we've now got AI replacing admin that's becoming the admin to become the displacement from doing the activity. Where are we going with this, people? So look, I'm a big fan of AI, particularly the use of matured LLMs. I love a good custom LLM. I love investing the time to make sure that I own the LLM and it is using my guide notes, my instructions, my thought processes, my methodologies, not crowdsourcing the internet to find the net average. And now it's outperforming others who don't have the same level of skills and experience as I do, because it is my apprentice. My apprentice AI could outperform the average recruiter, could outperform the above average recruiter, because it is now operating at the same level as an exceptional recruiter. That's the opportunity, people. Define your capabilities, define where your superpowers are, define where you feel that if you enhanced further your abilities in those areas, to be able to scale it, to be able to move faster, where the greatest benefit would be, that becomes your adoption of AI as a sales weapon, as a recruitment weapon, rather than the replacer of administrative tasks. Stay tuned, right? Because I'm going to be sharing more, and my intention is I'm going to do a build in public where for free everyone can turn up, and I will build a suite of AI custom assistants that will enhance the capabilities of a recruiter to a high standard to help them to win more business, to fill more jobs, and engage with candidates better, and on the journey achieve better quality results without any of it simply being done to replace the admin that I'm not sure that even exists in recruitment.